Anthropic announced that Claude Code is now out of beta, and since then, it has been everybody's favorite AI coding tool. Its hands-free experience feels great using it, and combining it with Supabase allows us to build interactive apps with minimal effort. Now, I came across this awesome demo app of a game that is being played through hand tracking, and instantly I wanted to replicate it for myself. But I have never created any kind of apps involving hand tracking or whatsoever, so let's have Claude Code help us out to build it. Getting started with Claude Code is incredibly easy. You just have to run this npm install command, which will install the Claude CLI onto your machine. Claude Code runs on your terminal, so you can run it within a terminal, or you can run it within terminal within an IDE. And that's how a lot of people are using it, and that's how I like to use it as well. So I've gone ahead and created a empty directory called hand tracking and opened up terminal. I've already run the command to install Claude Code. So the way we can start the Claude Code session is to literally just type Claude. And that's how it starts. When you run it for the first time, it's gonna run you through different configuration, themes, and whatnot. But once you're done with that, you can jump into just typing Claude to getting started with things. And this is the first thing that it asks every single time, whether you want to have Claude access this folder. In this case, it's yes, because this is a dedicated folder that I have created for this particular project. Now, the way I'm gonna go about this is I'm gonna start out with the front end and try to create the hand tracking features. So to be able to see that the app is tracking my hand locations. And from there on, I think I'm gonna add some kind of Supabase twist to it. I still haven't thought about it too much, but something like maybe you can just pinch and dump in a few tables and it'll display a nice chart or something. I think that's something I'm gonna do. So the way it works with Claude Code is like this. Every single time you're giving a prompt window that you give a prompt, and it'll basically execute it. But before we jump into the actual prompting, there's a few setup steps that is recommended. And one of the setup steps is to create claude.md file. So it's a markdown file that it's kind of like all those AI rules file that is giving general instructions for the LLM to use this, use that, don't do this, don't do that, that type of thing. So I think I'm gonna start with that. We can either manually create it, or we can just create one with a prompt. So create a claude.md file. And for as far as the UI goes for this particular app, I for sure want to use Tailwind CSS, and pretty much every single project that I worked on, I also include ChatCN, but it's not like we're gonna have like typical buttons or typical UI elements. So I think I'm just gonna go with Tailwind CSS, plain Tailwind CSS, and React, Vite, all the good usual stuff. And instead of just typing it out, I'm just gonna use my voice AI. Include instructions to use Vite, React, TypeScript, and Tailwind. And also use Supabase as the backend. I think that's good enough for now, except Tailwind didn't pick up Tailwind, so I'm gonna have to go in and fix that manually, possibly. But basically, yeah, so you give it a prompt, it executes it all in the background, and you kind of just wait, and later on come back, except you need to give it permissions here and there to run certain things or write in certain files. In this case, I don't mind Claude editing the claude.md file. Let's see. Styling, it picked up Tailwind CSS, so it was smart enough that whatever that word was, Tailwind, was Tailwind. So yeah, it created a claude.md file, project setup instructions, technology stack, React, TypeScript, Vite, Tailwind, Supabase, Node.js, npm. Sure, not sure if we need all these prerequisites installations, because This MD file will be included with every single prompt, so you want to keep it brief, and getting started guide isn't really something that you should need in every single prompt. That's more like a GitHub README type of content, so I'm just gonna delete that. What else do we have? Supabase configuration, project structure. Sure, let's keep that. Supabase configuration. Not sure if we need this. Supabase client setup. Probably don't need this either. Development guidelines. Sure. TypeScript. Use strict mode safely. Sure. Define interfaces. Avoid using any type. Great. Let's include that. React best practices, functional components, implement proper boundaries, keep components small and focused, use React memo for performance optimizations. Sounds great. Tailwind, utility class, create custom components, and configure theme. Sure, I think that'll work, except for the recent Tailwind breaking change. I've ran into multiple issues. But let's see how it does. State management, keep components small. Consider Redux. Use React context for global state. Not sure if I like Redux. That seems like old-fashioned. Testing, not sure if we need testing guide. Build project npm build, deploy the disk folder. Yeah, let's delete all this. State management. Let's see. And here I'm just using regular cursor with Claude. Why not? Claude Force on it. So update the state management instructions to include a more modern solution for state management. Let's see if that does it. Okay, I'm just gonna go with Sonnet 3.5. And I think that's good. Sure, let's just accept it and edit it. Use React context for simple global state. Consider 10-stack query. Just plain React query. Can we just do that? Plain React query. Yeah, okay. I think that is a good Claude MD file. Let's close that and let's get started with the actual development. So I want to say something like, let's see. I want to create a hand tracking app where user interacts with the elements within the screen through hand tracking. To get started, let's just focus on the hand tracking component. Implement a basic hand tracking UI, nothing on the viewport except a preview of the webcam, as well as the canvas being drawn for the hand skeleton overlay on top of the hands. I don't know if that's a good prompt. Let's just go with it. I think that's good enough. So basically I want to be able to interact with different elements using my hands, and I want kind of like this skeleton being drawn on top of my hands whenever they are within the viewport. Okay, so it's asking me if it's okay to run this command. I should have started out with that. I should have started out with creating a new project. But yes, don't ask me again to npm create. Yeah, sure. So it's just going to create a blank Vite application within the root. And I've had a few problems here and there whenever it's trying to create a application at the root directory. So let's see if Claude Code can overcome this obstacle. So I think it has created, or it's trying to create, a Vite project. It's not even using the Vite CLI. It's just manually creating all the files, which might work. I think it's going into rabbit holes, but let's see if it can do it. So the way I should have started is I probably should have started out by creating a blank Vite application and then take care of the cloud.ng file and everything else, because when you have a file already existing within the directory, it kind of messes up. Vite CLI doesn't let you do that. Vite CLI doesn't let you create a new Vite application within that directory, which I feel like is a bit too strict. You should be allowed to create a blank application within any kind of folder. I didn't know that Vite actually cared about that until I started using Claude Code. But anyway, it's doing it. So it even has ESLint. Let's run npm install to add the dependencies. Let's see, package.json. We have, okay, so it has the media pipeline hands library. I believe this is the same library that AA was using in his sample application. So hopefully it's gonna work, but I just saw a bunch of warning or something. So one thing that's nice is you get this to-do list of set of things that Claude Code is gonna work on. It initialized Vite project and then installed the dependencies for hand tracking, set up Tailwind CSS, and then creating a hand tracking component with webcam access. And then it's gonna implement hand detection and skeleton drawing. And then it's gonna update the app.tsx file to display the hand tracking component. So I'm sure I'll have to accept an edit or to install this and that here and there, but let's jump ahead to, okay, you know what? I think Claude Code is almost done. So let's wait and see if it can do its thing. Do I want to install MediaPipe drawing utilities and MediaPipe camera utilities? Sure. So MediaPipe, I believe, I haven't really looked in too much into it, but apparently it's like this library that Google worked on to do all these awesome things, hand tracking and interacting with webcam and drawing skeletons and whatnot. But I believe it has finished what it was doing, so let's run the application using npm. Okay, is it doing something? Didn't even, okay, so let's reset permission because earlier I was playing around with same technology, but it doesn't look like he has anything going on, does it? I'm not seeing anything on the screen, so let's go back and tell that to Claude Code. I don't see any preview of the webcam. Make sure that the preview is shown full screen within the viewport and hand tracking is working. Yeah, let's get rid of the hand tracking part. We can just say within the viewport and done. Let's just focus on one thing at a time. So by the way, you can get started with Claude Code using the $100 max plan, but you can also get started using the API key. So you can provide your own Claude API key to get started with Claude Code. And that's what I did when I was first trying out. I didn't want to pay $100 right off the bat. I just kind of wanted to see, how things were and whatnot. And once I liked it, I fully committed. But yeah, I did consume surprisingly a lot of tokens on my API. After one few hour session, it charged me $5. So Max Plan comes with unlimited usage. I believe there's like some kind of limitation. Okay, so great. This is great. So okay, this is right now showing my laptop webcam. I wonder if I can have it change to my nicer camera, but this is Great. Yeah, let's ask Claude Code to allow us to pick a camera. When multiple cameras are available, have the user select a camera before jumping into the preview. But yeah, I really like what I see so far. Pinch. And I believe it detects a few hand gestures, the palm, the fist, and point, and pinch, if I'm correct. But yeah, pretty cool stuff that you can do right off the bat. So add camera enumeration and selectivity functionality, and create camera selection UI component, update hand tracking component to use the selected camera. Pretty cool. And pretty fast too. So coming back to the plan details, but yeah, you can get started with the API. I did it for a few hours. It consumed $5, and at that point, I was like, okay, this is worth $100. But okay, Claude Code is done with its thing, and it now allows us to select a camera. So I'm gonna choose this 4K nice camera that I have going on. And that is not the nice camera that I have. This is the nice camera. This is not. So let's go back. No matter what camera we choose, it seems to just pick the webcam instead of the other available cameras. So make sure that the selected camera is respected. One thing I kind of want to try is, let me just kill this feed session and restart it again. I've ran into this weird issue that, okay, it's not working this time, but for whatever reason, you would think that if the underlying code is updated, it would just use the updated code automatically, right? But I ran into issues where and maybe those JavaScript wizards out there can explain this to me, but whenever I updated the code via Claude Code, the updated new fresh code wasn't reflected on the running dev server of the Vite application that I'm running on. So here and there I had to kill the Vite session and restart it. But okay, boom, there you go. So now we are playing around in the high quality camera. This is pretty cool. This is really nice, right? It's pretty accurately tracking my hands. I can move it around, and it's still kind of there. Hello from under the microphone, over the microphone. Great. I think this is a good starting point. I would like to make the UI a bit cool looking, like, I don't know, Iron Man or something, but I guess we can work on that later on. So let's see. Let's try to start out simple. Let's try to have like a circle object right here in the screen, and let's have it so that I can pinch it and move it around in different places, because eventually I think that's what I want to do with whatever Supabase stuff that I end up doing. I want to kind of pinch and move things around and let it go and do awesome stuff. So let's go back into our code editor and have our junior dev, senior dev do the thing for us. So now place a circle object within the screen, and I want to be able to pinch and move that object within the viewport. Okay. Let's see if that prompt does it. Okay, Claude Code is done with its thing. And let's see if I can pinch. Okay. It seems like it's consuming a lot of machine power. It's doing what I asked it to do, but okay, let's go back and see if we can fix this. Or let's scroll through what it did. Circle object, blue circle appears on the screen. Pinch detection works. Thumb and index finger. Drag interaction. When you pinch near the circle, it turns green to indicate it's being dragged. And move your pinch fingers to drag the circle around the screen. Release the pinch. Visual feedback. Semi-transparent green indicator appears on your pinch location. See that? Oh, yeah. Semi-transparent green look. Okay. Sure. Yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna go back into the code and try to debug this. I'm just gonna ask Claude Code to try to fix it. So dragging works, but whenever we are dragging an object, there's heavy flash happening on the screen. I'm wondering if that's because it's consuming a lot of machine power or whatever other reason. But try to debug what is going on and try to fix it. Because you should be able to do it, except maybe one possibility is that this webcam is 4K and it's analyzing this 4K video in real time, and that's kind of taking a toll on the machine. That's one possibility. If that's the case, it's a bit unfortunate, but we can try the regular webcam version. You know what? Let us try that. Let's do the regular webcam. Except now it's already editing the code, so it's kind of too late to go back. Let's just wait for Claude to do its thing and then see if it fixes it. All right, Claude is done fixing the code. So let's just jump in with the same 4K resolution webcam. And now, okay, whatever it did, it's way smoother. So I guess it knows what it was doing, what it was not doing correctly or inefficiently, and we can drag this cute little, oops, it's a bit blurry. Okay, there you go. Drag this cute little object around the screen. That is great. I think we can try to connect this with Supabase to I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna have it display all the tables on the right or on the left or something, and then I'm gonna have like a region where I can just drag and drop those tables, maybe columns within the tables, and then from those I'm gonna have it automatically generate awesome looking charts or something. Should it be columns? Should it be tables? Let's try with tables first, and then if it doesn't work, then let's try to do it with columns. So let's jump back in. Great. Now that the hand tracking and dragging is working, remove the circle because we'll be adding something else later on. But for now, just remove the circle from the screen. We should still be able to drag things across the screen though. I'm trying to play it safe by kind of doing one by one. I'm sure Claude Code can take a bit more than just remove a circle from the app, but I just want to play it safe since this is being recorded in video. But if this was me doing my own private for fun project, I'll be going a bit wild. I'll be like, move the circle and then connect it to Supabase, display all the list of tables within the UI and whatnot. But while Claude Code is doing that, I do have a, did it do that blink thing again? No, okay. I do have a sample Supabase project that we can work with. So this project happens to have a whole bunch of tables that's all publicly readable. So it has all select true rollable security policies. And it has a lot of data with a lot of, some of them are junk, but some of them are plausible data. So it's kind of nice project for us to just kind of use it and slice it and dice it into different charts to look at different data. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna connect this project to this app. So it has done, it's done removing the circle. So now let's ask Claude Code to, let's see. Now connected to Supabase, the Supabase credential will be provided by me through the .env file. But if you could create a .env or even .env example file, that would be great. Now, with those Supabase credentials, fetch the list of Supabase tables available and display a table icon for each one of them within the viewport. It should be aligned on the left side of the screen vertically. Let's see if this does it. I feel like my prompt isn't too great, too specific. But then again, working with Claude Code, honestly, any kind of AI agent, they're really, at this point, good at picking up all these missing small details and making assumptions. Sometimes those assumptions do go wrong, but most of the time it's able to make the right assumption and it's able to just improvise or add extra context that's missing. So I haven't had too much trouble not having to provide too much details. This is perfect amount of details that they can do a great job of. And what's nice with Claude Code is it's unlimited usage. So if something doesn't work out, it's just another prompt to fix it up. All right, Claude Code is done doing its thing. So let's see. I guess I do have to provide, the Supabase credentials. I promised that. It has a m.example. I can just create a .env file and provide the go to Connect tab, App Frameworks, React, and select Vite and just copy this. And that is good. Okay. Oh yeah, I haven't initialized Git repository in this directory, which is kind of scary, so I'm just gonna do that. And can I just commit everything in it? Commit. Alright, so it is done doing its thing. Let's go back to the app, give it a refresh just in case. Okay, so we see the list of tables. I should go with my left hand all the way to far. All the way to the right. Can I? Let's see. What did it do? Supabase client table fetching hook. I guess it. Okay. Show the actual Supabase tables. Display example tables. It's fallback. Each table is with a blue table icon. Hovering shows the table name. Hovering is in hovering my cursor. Okay. I should have been a bit more specific, and I'm probably gonna have all the tables on the right, because that's easier for me to reach. But maybe at the top. Yeah, maybe at the top. Maybe at the top like this. Okay. Display the list of tables at the top of the screen instead of on the left, and they should be able to be pinched and dragged around using the hand gestures. Okay, let's see what Claude Code comes up with. All right, hopefully it fixed it. So we see the list of tables at the top. If I can pinch this, doesn't seem like it's allowing me to pinch it and drag it around, right? It doesn't actually even seem like it's even in the viewport. Let's see, add your Supabase credentials. Yeah, I think I did that. Let's try to kill the session because it needs to reload the environment variable. But okay, when I click it, it shows up. Profiles, events, and whatnot. And then now I can drag and drop it anywhere. That's okay. That works. All tables are on the canvas. Okay, so I guess I can ask it to just have all the tables on the canvas by default. Have all the tables be on the canvas by default. The entire viewport, entire window should be the canvas, and there shouldn't be any UI elements outside of the canvas. Now, by default, have all the tables aligned at the top, and the users should be able to just drag in and drop them using hand gesture and pinch motion. Okay, so Claude Code has removed all the UI elements, auto-populated tables. Auto-populated tables? All available tables are automatically placed on the canvas. Okay, did not sound like what it was doing, but great. It has done what I asked it to do. Beautiful. This is beautiful. Okay. At this point, yeah, I think I want to be able to. I'm thinking whether I should work on the feature first or make it look cool first, because I kind of want to give it a futuristic sci-fi Iron Man type of UI. But yeah, why don't we do that first? Just because I think that'll be super sick. Update the UI design. Give it a futuristic sci-fi type of color scheme and design overall. Maybe something inspired by Iron Man, but don't use the term Jarvis or any particular specific terms from Iron Man. Just the general vibe should be something along that line. Maybe that's something I should have included in the claude.md file. The general direction of the UI should be kind of futuristic, sci-fi, Iron Man-ish, type of thing. But yeah, if this was a long tail project that, we are going to keep working on it, I probably will edit the claude.md file to include that. But at this point, I'm just gonna fix it with prompts. All right, it has done its thing. Okay, yeah, I'll take it. I think, yeah, I like it. I like this UI. I think it's pretty cool. Okay. I think that's a take for the UI. Now let's add more features to it. So at this point, I think I'm gonna start working on the charting feature that I've been talking about. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have, I don't know, should I have like a drop zone on the lower right corner or something, and I can just drag and drop a few of them in there, and once I hit chart generate button or something, using the point gesture maybe, it'll generate a nice looking chart in the full screen. yeah, let's see. Let's try to do that, and let's see if that works. So coming back to Claude Code. So at this point, I want to be able to create a new feature where the users can create charts off of the table data. Create a drop zone within the screen where users can drag and drop different tables into the drop zone. And also add a generate button near the drop zone where the user can press using the point gesture. For now, let's just stop there. Okay, hopefully it can create a nice looking drop zone, and then hopefully it kind of sustains this futuristic cyber type of UI as well, because I don't want to have to go back and say make this drop zone futuristic as well. So hopefully it keeps that, but let's come back and see what happens. Okay, it seems like it did what I asked it to do. Except now there's lots of errors happening. That's one thing about Claude Code. It doesn't have access to the browser context, so yeah, it's not able to kind of automatically get these contexts of the error like some of those apps like Lovable or Bolt can do. But other than that, it's really powerful. So detects when index point gesture detection detects when the index finger is extended and other fingers curled. Yellow gold visual indicator line from hand to fingertip when pointing. Nice button highlights. Small golden circle appears as fingertip. Table collection drop. Table are tracked and counted. Point at button. Visual feedback. It looks like it did what I asked it to do. Drop zone is located at the lower center of the screen. Interesting, sure. Cyan dash border seems holographic glow, so I'm guessing it's somewhat futuristic. Semi-transparent background shows the count of drop tables. Okay, yeah. It should. All it needs to do is to fix the error. Now this error. If this doesn't work, I'm gonna try to kill the session, feed session, and restart it. But hopefully it can do the thing. But yeah, during this session, I literally haven't opened any of these files at all. So earlier when I was creating the Claude MD files, I don't know why I was so obsessed about not using Redux and using React Query or something that quite honestly, I couldn't care less, I guess. But okay, the error is gone. We have this drop zone and I can pinch, drag it into this drop zone, let it go. One table. Oh, I was hoping that it just stays there, but sure. And then, okay, so when I have one of the fingers extended, it changes into this yellow color. So if I point at generate button, we see this indication. I guess that works, yeah? Generate. Oh, it's kind of hard. Generate. There you go. I might wanna fix this drop zone thing. So I want the tables to just be there when I drop it in. I don't want it to disappear, go back to the original location. I just want it to have it there. So when tables are dragged into the drop zone, have the icon just stay there. Don't have it go back to the original position. I guess that's it. Now we wait again. Okay, it seems like it did it. Let's hit refresh and do it again. Pinch, drag it in there. There you go. I don't know if I like that one table text there, but yeah, let's not worry too much about it. There you go. There you go. And we can hit generate. Hit generate. Sure. Maybe I can just pinch the generate button as well. Maybe that should be the gesture. Instead of pointing at the generate button, have the gesture just be pinch. So I should be able to pinch the generate button to have it activated. I swear this is gonna be the last UI update. Once we do this, we are going into the charting feature. So yeah, hopefully I haven't really thought too much about it. It's not like I have AI connected in the backend. So in this ideal world where if I had unlimited time or if I had more time, I could just maybe use Supabase edge functions to create an endpoint where I feed in all the tables and schema information and have some kind of large language model in the background gonna take all those table schema and suggest a x-axis and y-axis, or suggest a nice chart that kind of makes sense with the given tables, and then have the app generate a chart based on those suggestions from the large language models. I want to keep it simple, so I don't want to go that far. So for as far as this demo goes, I think I'm gonna keep it simple and just gonna step one, I'm just gonna have Claude Code do the thinking for me. I'm not even gonna think what kind of charts I want to generate. So whatever Claude Code can come up with, hopefully that's plausible enough. That's good enough. But if it's not good enough, I don't know. Maybe we can introduce some kind of feature where we can just select a column, on our own. So within the selected tables, we can select the columns, and then those selected columns becomes a nice looking charts. But let's see. So let's see the UI update. So it's just I should be able to pinch and have it activate. Okay, that is great. Now on to the meat. So now once the user hits the generate button and there are more than one tables within the drop zone, have the app create a nice looking chart with the given tables that are within the drop zone. That chart should take up the entire UI. So everything else, like the drop zone, generate button, the tables should be dismissed, and it should just create a nice looking charts with some decent animations. Now we wait. That was faster than I expected. Every single time Claude Code works on creating some kind of code, I'm amazed at how quickly it gets it done. So let's try out. Let's see if I can get this profiles, and let's just do profiles and be done with it. Hit generate. Okay, let's hit refresh just in case. Let's get the profiles and generate. It's not doing anything, so let's check what Claude Code did. Visual design, full screen takeover, blah blah blah, animation, bars, smooth animation, creates 5 bars per table, alternating cyan gold, pinch anywhere to return instruction at bottom, pinch gesture exits. Drop 2 plus tables in the drop zone. Okay. Profiles and registrations. Oops. Now generate. Oops. Because this registration is out. Okay, now generate. Is it still using the point? No, right? It's okay. 2 plus. 2 plus means 2 or more, right? Or does it mean 3 or more? Yeah, it's not doing it. So let's go back. When there's 1 or more tables within the drop zone and the user pinches the generate button, a chart should be drawn. Currently, I dragged 3 tables into the drop zone, pinched generate, but nothing happened. Make sure chart gets properly drawn. Alright, let's see if it can fix it. Okay, so let's try out what kind of thing it fixed. We can drag events and... Okay, this is a chart that it came up with. It's just numbers going up and down. Really? Seriously? This is... Okay, I know my instruction wasn't specific, but just this data visualizations, tags. That is unfortunate. Let's fix that. Okay, so even within the charts UI, the webcam preview should be shown in the background. The charts UI should be half transparent. Now the chart needs to be an actual chart. It cannot just be a random chart going up and down. It has to pull in data from the table that was specified by the user, and it'll have to display a meaningful data. Okay, that was the biggest disappointment for me so far using Claude Code. But again, at the same time, my instruction of asking it to just create charts out of random tables is kind of horrible. So I feel sorry for it. But I mean, you should be able to come up with something better than that. Just even like randomly choosing 2 different columns and then fetching the count and just displaying it would have been nice. But yeah, worst case, I think I'm just gonna do that. I think I'm just gonna have created at is the x-axis. Just fix that on the x-axis. Don't know what I'm gonna do with those tables that doesn't have a created at column, and then y-axis can be just count or something during those duration. But yeah, let's see if Claude Code can do its magic. All right, let's take a look at what it did. So let's see. Let's take the events and let's generate a chart of this. Okay, so x-axis is the UUID. By the way, am I being displayed? Maybe, maybe not. And the y-axis is capacity. So, I mean, yeah, it's a decent chart. And can I go back? No, I guess I'm gonna have to refresh the page, but that's all right. Let's see. Let's see if we do a few tables. So event tags, and events, and hit generate. Interesting. So the y-axis in this case is count, and x-axis is half of it is events and half of it is event tags. I suppose maybe that's the limitation. I was hoping that it performs a join query and kind of automatically fetches, interesting information through those join query, but maybe that was asking too much, because like I wouldn't even know how to go about implementing that. But let's see. There's a few fixes that I wanna do. One, I wanna fix the aspect ratio of myself, because I look distorted. I think it's because the screen dimension, screen aspect ratio, and the webcam aspect ratio is different. So make sure for the full screen preview of the webcam, the aspect ratio of the original webcam is preserved. So it's okay to have certain region of the webcam being cropped off, if that is required to preserve the aspect ratio. Okay, so I'm gonna do some UI fixes here and there, and then come back to show you the final version of what I have created. So here's what I have at the end. We can start the session and grab, for example, events, generate it, and we have a nice looking charts there. I can wave my hand to have it go away and have something else. Tags, maybe. Seems alright. Couldn't really get it to display a nice looking chart with anything more than 2 tables. Honestly, you probably need to have like a proper backend connected, talking to LLMs to analyze what kind of data to pull in and whatnot. But other than that, this entire project was, I think, a success. I'm having so much fun with these hand tracking and pinching things and whatnot. So thumbs up, and I hope you learned something new through this video.